Congratulations, you have safely made it through the third stoplight. You have defined what you expect. You are now ready to proceed to the fourth and final step. Be aware of your reactions. I often hear parents say, "She whines when she wants something. He was upset and throwing a tantrum, so I gave him a hug." These parents are encouraging inappropriate behaviors through their reactions. Their children then see these inappropriate behaviors as an effective way to communicate instead of using the talking that you want. This step is important because every time your child does something appropriate or inappropriate, they learn to do it more or less depending on your reactions. When your reactions yield them attention or affection, your child sees these as what I call incentives. Incentives get more of a behavior. They can be tangible like a cookie, but also more than just a prize. Incentives can be attention, hugs, and simply getting what you ask for. For instance, you hug your child when they pick you a flower, give them extra attention when they say please, and when they lift their hands, you pick them up. On the other hand, incentives can also be unintended, causing more unwanted behaviors. For example, a child can quickly learn that a tantrum is a great way to get a soda if every time he throws a tantrum, he gets what he wants. The key to this step is taking the time to stop and think of how your child interprets your reactions. Be sure that you are aware of what you are rewarding. Consistently reward your child's good communication and talking through natural consequences. If a child asks, then he receives. Provide consequences or ignore behaviors that you don't want. If he hits the table with the bowl, he doesn't get more cereal. Let's look at some examples of unintentional incentives. Child jumps up and down, screaming while pointing at the cookie jar. Her dad is busy and needs some quiet, so he gives his daughter a cookie. This little girl receives a reward, the cookie, for yelling. As you would expect, she will now throw a tantrum every time she wants a cookie. Why? Because it works. She gets the cookie. The better solution would be to make this a teaching moment. Instead of giving his daughter a cookie, the dad could say, "When you ask nicely, then you can have a cookie." Then, the dad should wait and reward only the behavior he wants. Here's another situation. A little boy can't unzip his coat and starts to whine. Looking to avoid the meltdown, the mom swoops in and quickly unzips her son's coat. Here's the problem. While this mom had good intentions, she ultimately rewarded the whining. This smart little guy has quickly learned whining gets him what he wants. The better solution would be for the mom to ask, "Do you need help?" When her son responds with words, the mom rewards the talking by unzipping his coat. What behaviors are you rewarding? The ones you want or the ones you don't want? Get more of the talking you want through intentional incentives. Teach your child what is appropriate and inappropriate through consistent reactions. Reward only the behaviors you want. Just remember, it is easy to unintentionally reward unwanted behaviors. One dad sums this up nicely. He said, "I didn't realize that I was the one making the crying and whining worse. I was shocked to realize that my good intentions of hugs during his tantrums were encouraging more tantrums. Now I know that being a good parent is the tough love of ignoring the consequences as much as the hugs for the good things." Take your time to master this step. It is very difficult for parents because they have to admit that they have made some behaviors worse. This can make or break all of your progress. You could be setting the correct tone, creating shared interest, and setting goals. But if you aren't mindful of your actions, you could be reinforcing the behaviors that you do not want.